Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's some serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right.
Where my girls at? It's going down. I love that song. That's my jam. It's going down. It's going down on a Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and you're listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. the Superstation-WFDF. And we are excited to be here. I am your host today, Crisette Ellis from the D, and I am here with my girlfriends. I see Sabrina Goodwin Monday from Geneva on the Lake, Ohio, sporting that white fabulous hat. I see you, girl, and I know that's because we're going to talk about get up and move. So I guarantee you that hat has a lot to do with the Get Up and Move Challenge. And then, of course, in that beautiful yellow, for those of you that are watching us live on either the 9:10 a.m. Superstation Facebook page or the Force of Friendship Facebook page, you'll see Gloria Mayfield Banks from Ellicott City, Maryland, with my favorite color on today, yellow, yellow, yellow. I absolutely love me some yellow, but we are excited to be here today. We hope that you are excited to be here with us as we are to come to you Monday through Friday, you guys, from 6 to 7 p.m. And I'm going to tell you, you guys know us by now. We're messy, we're crazy, we're bossy, right? We're all of that and more. But you know what? It takes all those types and more to make the world go round. And we're just excited that we get to hang out with you. And so on today, when I tell you today, it's going to just be talking about what we're talking about, because there's a lot to talk about. We got issues. Let's be clear. If you turn on the news, it's so many issues here, issues there, issues everywhere. So we just gonna talk about it. And y'all know, y'all sit around the kitchen table, you hang out with your girlfriends, you know, you and your husband, your significant other, y'all been talking about all of the stuff that's in the news. So don't be silent now. Give us a call and give us your tell us what y'all been talking about around the kitchen table. Come on, we know you got an opinion, so we absolutely want you to call us at 313-778-7600 as we talk about some of this and some of that is in the news. And you know what? Maybe you're that person that said, hey, it's just too much. I just turn the news off. Well, this is the show. We're going to update you, okay? We're going to update you on everything that is going on. And so, you guys, I'm going to turn it over to my girlfriends, but let me just first say, I know you guys have heard about the Get Up and Move Challenge. The Get Up and Move Challenge. We challenge our tribe. We challenge our listeners to get up and move in the month of June. 30 days of getting up and moving, getting your body in shape, feeling good. You know, we say health is your wealth. And so we've been working out. We've been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And many of you have chimed in. You told us what you're doing. And I hope that maybe those pants that you couldn't button all the way because you've been moving with the Force of Friendship, you can finally button those pants. I know I'm excited about getting in some things that I haven't been able to get in a while. And of course, we talked about you got to have an accountability partner. And so, you know what? When I was out of town and not able to get up and move, my girlfriends were handling their business. I saw Gloria. She's working out at the gym, lifting all of those weight. I saw muscles popping here, there, and everywhere. And Sabrina, now that's my accountability partner, her and Rio hanging out. I said, you know what? I'm going to get me another dog so I can look real cute. I'm out getting up and moving. I said, that's the way you do it. And she's been in the gym. So you guys, we have just had an amazing time with this challenge. And we hope that you have enjoyed getting up and moving with us. And hopefully it has become a habit for you. And so you won't end it June 30th, but you'll go into July saying, hey, I got to get up and move because I've become accustomed to doing it. I created a habit, and that's a good thing. All right. Well, I'm going to throw it over to Sabrina Goodwin Monday with that white fedora on, looking fabulous. Talk to us, Sabrina. What's going on in your neck of the woods?
Oh, my goodness. Just so grateful for hats, Crisette, because when I tell you working out every day, I don't know how y'all do it. I mean, braids, that's the answer. Short, wonderful hair like Gloria's. Something has to go. You know, again, we've talked about it again. African-American women working out in hair daily, that's an issue. What do you do? What do you do? What do you do? So I know a lot of women, they wear protective, what do you call it? Protective styles. Protective styles. No, where they weave it, they wig it.
Okay.
They call them protective styles. And so it's been all good. I'm just like counting the days. It's June 28th. We said we were doing this for June, okay? And honestly, it feels good, but today I was not feeling it, girl. I had to drag myself to the gym. And so I don't know if I'll do it every day in July, but definitely 3-4 days a week. And that's more than I have been doing. But that every day being accountable, you chicks, has been something. But it's all good. It's all good. Feeling good. Gloria, you got your grandbabies in town.
Woo!
You got her
Girl.
grandbabies in town. Babies make the world go round. How you hanging, Gloria, with your grandbabies?
I'm telling you, this is something else, boy. Every 5 minutes, I'm like, okay, it's time for you to go to bed. Okay, time for you to go to bed. Okay, you get ready to go to bed. That's not how you speak to me. Go to bed, go to bed. Woo, we got it from 16 to 4, and I tell you, it is fire up in here. I'm so grateful for a yard. I'm so grateful it's not raining. It's sunny. It's beautiful. They're in and out of this house. I think there are more flies in my house than outside my house because the door is open constantly, like constantly. It's stuck, and you know, I'm so used to
just think about that. Remember when we were little, it was stay in or stay out. Our parents did not play.
Right.
Get in or get out. But all this going back and forth ain't gonna work, okay? So.
Yeah, and I can understand why. I mean, in, out, and they open up the front door and then leave the back door open. I said, ain't no screens up in here. We don't need no screens because we ain't got no kids up in here. I mean, it is, and then this is the part. It don't matter how much you get up and move because when grandkids have Captain Crunch in your house, you like, oh my goodness, look at that Captain Crunch. I am 1 weak black soul, okay? Because it's just so bad. I mean, stuff I don't never touch. And stuff I didn't even know was out there. Goo applesauce and blah blah this. Yeah, and all I keep saying is put in the cart. Just go ahead and put in the cart. They are a trip, y'all. Okay. So you know the beautiful thing about a GG is the standards are different. They got off the plane with one outfit, they went to bed with the same outfit, and they still got it on right now. Okay. They're going to take a bath tonight. We're going to change up everything, and then we're going to hit the road. Look, then I told Kalea, I said, Kalea, I know the car has a video device in it. The video device works. I know it's got to work because I never played it, right? So let's go fix it. Can you, here's the car key, go fix it. So she said, Gigi, okay, I think I fixed it, but I don't know how to do the USB part. So I go in there. I said, okay. So she's in the front. I said, well, start the car. She said, well, how? I thought you said you tried it. I did, but I didn't know how to turn on the car. Then you didn't try it. You didn't try it, girl. We have been having a blast. I mean, when I tell you it is funny, it is funny. Then, okay, because I'm GG, so the standards are different, right? So he comes in, they come in late, and it's his birthday, right? So we have these cupcakes. And the girls and I went out and got the cupcakes before. Giant cupcakes, really cute cupcakes. Now, you know what happens when you give kids sugar at 9 o'clock at night, right?
Oh my
OMG.
God.
It was so crazy. All the stuff that mommy and daddy will definitely not do, they're doing right there. They got it all in the first 24 hours, period. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun.
Oh my goodness. That sounds like the place to be. You know what? Gigi's house can't be a stuffy house. It can't be the house where you can't do this. You can't touch. I just when y'all have grandkids and they come to our house and you leave us the list of all the rules of they don't eat this, they can't do that. He said, just know I'm gonna tear it up. It's going in the garbage and they gonna come back wired. He said, I just hope it's nothing that they're allergic to because they're gonna get it all.
Right.
Okay.
Because I'm telling you, that list is long with the first one. It is long with the first one. Yesterday, Clutch couldn't kick him off the plane fast enough and get him back on the plane, go home. I didn't even get to take a picture with him. He like, here they go. Okay, now I'll see you later. I said, could you put the car seat in the car? Okay. Right. He put the car seat in the car and he was out of there. He's like, see you later, bye. I was like, wow. They're so happy. The parents are happy. They're happy. Oh, it's funny. It is funny because that list is long to begin with, but it gets shorter and shorter as they get older and older. They're like, whatever. I don't even know what's in the luggage. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. It don't matter.
Oh my goodness. Well, that sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. And you guys are going to Martha's Vineyard?
Yes. So tomorrow we take off for 7 hours to Massachusetts, and then when we get up in the morning, about another 2 hours to Martha's Vineyard to catch the ferry over. So it's going to be really fun. I'm taking back to the neighborhood that their father grew up in, and I was telling Yanni, I said, your mother was 2 years younger than you are right now when I met your mother. So it's great. It's really a great time. And I'm getting so many text messages. I love watching the summer camp at Gigi's. I said, well, what summer camp? Ken is flying in. I am driving up. Okay. I don't even understand how that worked. I don't know how that works. The kind of men we're married to, y'all, and it's not just mine. All of us married to the same kind of man. It's like, okay, I'll meet you up there, okay? And we're just, go ahead.
I was just going to say, Chuck keeps saying his car is going to still be as clean as it is now when grandkids come. They ain't eating in my car. They can wait till they get home. I said, good luck with that, okay? Good luck with that, okay? I promise you. Wow. Well, that sounds like so much fun, Gloria. So much fun. And these are going to be memories that last a lifetime, that they'll always remember, that you opened your house and spent that quality time with them. So you guys, we have a few minutes before we go to break. But when I tell you, it's so much breaking news. Every time you turn on the television, it's like this, that. I mean, something is going on. And if you watch it 24/7, it absolutely can be unsettling because it's one thing when you're inundated with a lot of bad news, but if you at least had a whole lot of good news to kind of, average it out, or, you get so much good stuff and then, some bad things, sprinkle in between. But I'm telling you, over the course of the last week or so, it ain't been a whole lot of good stuff. So you got to kind of find things to do that bring you joy so that you just don't, just stay glued to the television, listen to everything that's going on. So we're going to talk about a multiplicity of things, and we want you guys to chime in. Maybe you know some news that we don't know. And so if it's something that we don't talk about, that you absolutely are passionate about it and you want to talk about it, hey, give us a call, 313-778-7600. We absolutely want to know what you've heard, what you have seen, and what you are passionate about. Well, we're going to go to our first break. And when we come back, we're going to be talking about the January 6th insurrection, the committee hearings that are going on, and this new aide that was the aide to former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. When I say she's dropping the T, OMG. When I tell you, It's going down. It's going down at this committee meeting. So we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about that. You're watching and listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We'll be right back. We're back. We are back. We are back. You're listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. And today we are talking about hot topics. What's in the news? What have you been hearing? What have you been seeing on the news? It is so much to talk about. So you know what? Grab your best beverage, your coffee, your water, whatever it is that you're drinking. Grab it and call us today and talk about these issues, because when I tell you, they are there. So we're going to start off and we're going to talk about the January 6th insurrection. The committee has been holding hearings. And I mean, we saw a lot of stuff on the day of January 6th. And after that, a lot of things were in the news. But when I tell you, some of the revelations that are coming from these hearings are, when I say eye-opening and jaw-dropping, it's like, are you kidding me? What? This happened, that happened. And and this is the thing. I know everybody has an opinion, and you know what? We want to hear your opinion, even if if it is an opposing opinion. We want to hear from you because, you know, a lot of the individuals that are testifying at the committee, they are absolutely Republicans. They were absolutely supporters of Trump. And I know a lot of people want to discount their testimony because, you know, they're turncoats or, you know, they were disgruntled, and 101 reasons why they think these people are now coming forward to say, you know, this is what actually went down. But, you know, they added an additional hearing because it was supposed to be over, but they pulled a rabbit out the hat. They pulled this young lady, I believe her name is Cassidy Hutchinson, and she was an aide to former White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. And this is the thing. I mean, she was witness to many of the events and conversations that went down on that day, and a couple of revelations. And then I'll turn it over to you guys to add in. That was really shocking to me was the fact that she talked about Trump wanting to go to the rally. And, you know, they were saying, no, you don't need to go to the rally, you know, on the Capitol. And, you know, they put him in his, you know, his vehicle, and we know it's called the Beast, and they would not take him there. Do you know that they said he got into an altercation and he tried to grab the wheel of the car to turn it, and his security person had to, you know, pull him back so that, you know, the person that was driving the car could, you know, take him back to the White House. And I'm just thinking, who does that? And you know, I know people can make up things, but sometimes when you hear things, you know, you say to yourself, they didn't make that up. You know, they didn't make that up. That's the truth. So that was a revelation. And then, you know, the fact that he was really, really angry to the point that they said that he was eating a plate of food, and he got so upset that and irate that he threw the plate up against the wall, and ketchup was running all down the wall. Now that sounds like a
fool. That sounds like a fool. That he sounds like a fool.
How do you spell that one? A brat food.
Okay. With capital F.
I mean, who does that? Who takes a plate of food and you're so angry that you throw it up against the wall? And this young lady said she was there because she wiped the ketchup off of the wall. Now that is the person that is leading America. You get so angry, no emotion in the world.
Not only leading America, but positioning himself to be on the ballot again for the same position. That's what's so unimaginable to me. Unimaginable. But we were waiting for her testimony. I mean, we were waiting for this one. She's been the most compelling to get on this stand, I think, as of date. She clearly told us he's unhinged. He's just absolutely off his rocker. I mean, of course, why would she lie, y'all? Why would she lie? We've known it, but for her to get up there and testify in this manner, I was just like, I was just clutching my pearls for real. Like, okay, now, is there any reason why we continue with these hearings? I mean, we've heard it all. Haven't we heard it all? I mean,
heard it all.
Who takes the wheel?
How about the fact that she's 25 years old? How about the fact she's 25 years old? That chick is 25 years old. That chick is super bad by any type of thing. All the bad things. She said something that's so interesting. She said to see him do after what she considered to be so good for the nation, to see him do all the bad things, to see them intentionally know that they were coming after the Capitol to hurt people, and that he wanted to walk with them while they hurt them. When he talked about they had AF-15s, several of them in the tree, and he intentionally did not call in more police, did not call in any more backup, did not call in the people to prepare them. The fact that guy Jim, what's his name?
Jordan,
right? Jim Jordan, right there, tight, has been on all those hearings for the Supreme Court justices and the way he acted, the way he did for those Supreme Courts. You can see now how this thing keeps waving in and out, in and out, in and out. But when he became outraged and he put his hand around the neck of his, oh my goodness, that was it for me. That was, I mean, I've had so many it's for me. I've had so many it's for me. I could not move. I could not move from that TV station. I don't care if the kids knocked their windows out. I was like, I'm sitting on this. I want to see every bit of this because it was riveting.
It is. It's just, and I mean, if you want to be a conspiracy theorist and say all of these people are lying, it's one thing. Okay, I get it. If everybody that was testifying was in the Democratic Party, then you could say they're biased, they don't like him, they're making this stuff up. But you have people that were Trump supporters, totally in his court. And now they're coming. I'm like, did somebody pay all of them off? What is in it for them to now, come and testify to what they actually saw? Bernetta Washington, she said John Grisham couldn't make that up. He couldn't make. I think we have a caller. I don't know if Buck is still there. Buck, are you there?
Yes, I'm still here. Thank you for taking my call. I know y'all probably not going to agree with me because I understand everybody bashing on Trump right now. But I'll tell you this, if anybody out there loves America, loves a person that's going to fight for America and not globalists, not these corporations as much, but fight for the American people, if Trump run again in 2024, I hope y'all tuck all of this nonsense away and go ahead and vote for the man, because we need somebody in there that's going to do for the American people. I had my best years under Trump. And I'm not saying we got to vote Trump back in, but we got to vote somebody that's going to put America first. That's what I wanted to say to the people, because I know everybody's getting all caught up in these hearings and stuff, but we need somebody that's going to put America first. Biden is not that guy, and I don't think the Democratic Party is the people that's going to put America first. We need to vote for somebody that's going to put America first. If everybody hates Trump, then forget Trump. But make sure y'all put somebody in that's going to put us first. I just want to say that. Thank you.
No, don't hang up, Buck. I have a question. So my question to you is, all of these things that we are hearing, and I agree. When you talk about put America first, that can mean a lot of things to people. And so what your definition is of putting America first is not necessarily what everybody else may agree with what it means to put America first. And so that's great. We can always agree and disagree. But my question to you is, does any of this factor in? Does the fact that, he's, and I know in politics, people lie all the time. So I'm not, naive enough to believe that Democrats don't lie. Everybody, when you're in politics, that's part of the court. But how does any of this factor in? Does any of this make a difference to you? Does his character, does all the things that almost went down? And do you believe that the election was stolen?
I believe that the election was tampered. I believe the mail-in vote did affect the election. I don't believe it was stolen, because I believe a lot of people was against Trump because the media attacked him for all 4 years he was in presidency. So a lot of people believe that Russia hosts and all this stuff. I believe Trump was wrong in a lot of aspects. If people ask me if I think he's racist, I do believe he's a racist white person, as most of our presidents were. But did I have my best years under Trump? Yes, I did. And did I feel that Trump put America first? What I mean by put America first is they're sending billions of dollars over to Ukraine right now while Americans are struggling with gas prices and struggling to get to work. They're struggling for daycare and struggling, but they're not doing enough for us. Where's our bailouts? Where's our billions to help the American people? Who's looking out for us? Whenever it comes to foreign policy or corporations, you get bilateral support in Congress. So it's not just the presidency. And listen, the bad thing about it is everything I just said, you would be surprised to believe that I'm not for Trump. I think Trump is a racist guy. He's got a bad attitude. He don't really know how to do business. I'm for people that's going to put American people first and make my life better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't care if they're Democrat or Republican. It may sound hypocritical, but I say Trump president that really high in my heart, I believe, put America first, and they're attacking him because he didn't want to be a globalist. He wanted to say, listen, we're going to close our borders. We're going to do for the American people. They're so attacking him that I don't believe that a next president that come out and say, I'm going to put America first, I don't believe people will even vote for him because they're going to be so traumatized by what they went through with Trump. And I'm saying I don't need the people to do that because we need to start putting people in Congress and in the White House that's going to put us first. They're going to put a $41 billion to our neighborhoods to fix our neighborhoods and fix what we're going through. You know what I mean? So I'm going to put it like this. I do believe this is a racist. So.
Okay, but hold on. You can finish your sentence if you want. We got to go to this break. So right after break, we're going to come right back to you. You can finish your comments. Thank you so much for calling. We got issues today. Enjoying this conversation with you.
Hot topics in the news. We'll be right back after this break. You're listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. Superstation. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. We are back. We are back. You're listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship. All right, we're talking about hot topics, and we started off talking about the January 6th insurrection, the committee hearings that are going on. And we had a caller, Buck. Buck, are you still there? Okay.
I'll let y'all get to the other callers.
Absolutely.
I just want to say, you know, the biggest thing that people are misinformed about with the Trump presidency is people were voting to change the status quo, more so voting for racism and voting. They was voting to change these politicians that get in office, that give us all these lies and tell us what they're going to do for us, and get in office and don't do anything. And once they're in office, they immediately go to the corporations and the powers that really run the government, but they don't do nothing that they said they was going to do. And I believe the vote for Trump was a vote against politicians that's in there. And a lot of people mistake that. They overlook that because they say, oh, well, Trump was racist and all of this. But you tell me a president that wasn't racist. I mean, even your boy Biden that's in there right now, you could pull plenty of quotes where you could determine he's a racist. But we voted for him overwhelmingly to get rid of a racist, right? But I think people are missing the point that we need politicians in there that's going to be for the people and not for the establishment. And that's what people are missing.
Okay, so when you say, we need people that are going to be, we need politicians that are going to be for the people, I mean, isn't that kind of like an oxymoron? Here you have someone that just based on many of the comments that he's made, and that he's racist. So if I understand what you're saying, trust me, I understand what you're saying, because, I believe that saying charity begins at home and then it's spread abroad. So yes, does America have a lot of issues of our own? Do we have a lot of things that we need to take care of right here in America? I absolutely agree. Do I agree that Trump is the person for it? I just think, because of so many things that he has said and so many things that he has done, it's just really difficult and very challenging to see him as someone that wants the best for everyone. So that's where I'm personally challenged. I don't know, Sabrina, you may want to chime in. What do you think about that, Buck?
Say it like this, the main thing that I agree with Trump about, and I'm going to just put it like that, the main thing I agree with the Trump presidency is that he did most of what he said. And most of everything he said he was going to do, he did, And the thing about this is, I hold a lot of stuff dear to my heart. And I don't go vote because of what people tell me to vote. I vote for what my interest is. And he held up to the things that I feel was necessary for America, as far as bringing us world independence, breaking down a lot of the regulations, defeating Roe versus Wade. Stuff like that is what I hold dear to my heart. And he brought me what I wanted out of a president. So I can only speak from my point of view, and I hate when people say, well, you're an idiot because you supported Trump. Well, I only support my values and my beliefs. And I'm not saying you got to have the same as me. So I'm not saying you guys got to vote for Trump. You can be against Trump, and I totally understand that. But don't belittle me because of the values I hold to where I will vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? And that's the main thing I just want to put out there, because we can sit here and argue all day. Was Trump good? Was he bad? Who's better? We can do that. But you know what? We know who it really matters to the individual that got their feelings on why they will vote. And you shouldn't be able to, belittle people that vote for Trump and say they idiots and you're black and you're voting for Trump. And it's like, okay, well, I don't say you're black and you're voting for Biden. Your choice is your choice. And I think we should respect each other's choice. And because we can argue all day, was Trump good, was he bad, we can do all of that. But I'm just saying we should respect each individual's choice on who they choose to vote for and why they choose to vote for. Because I vote Republican most of the time because their values is values that I value. A lot of the Democratic values I don't value. I don't want transgenders going in the bathrooms with my daughter. I don't want my daughter thinking she could be a boy. I want my daughter to know she's a girl and she's going to forever be a woman. Okay? And that's what I want my baby to believe. But the Democratic Party pushed all of this stuff on us, y'all. And then I listen to these radio shows and they say, well, the Democratic Party ain't doing nothing for us. And then turn around and say, make sure you vote Democrat. And I'm saying, why? And as a black person, I'm saying we should diversify our votes if we really care about black people. We should make sure that the Republicans and the Democrats fight for our votes. Then we're going to get what we need from our government. But until we wake up and stop thinking that everybody is just thinking Democrat and we're going whatever a Democrat say we're going to do, I guarantee you majority of the black people out here do not agree with the LGBTQ movement. Okay, I guarantee the majority of the blacks that's out there, God-fearing people, do not agree with abortion and stuff like that. But they make it on these shows seem like we all agree with everything that the Democrats say, and we don't. So I'm gonna let the other callers call in because I could go on forever with
Right.
I just want to say we should respect each other's opinion and beliefs. And if I believe I'm a Republican, I should be able to come on the show and say I'm a Republican without
And you know what? And absolutely. And I'm glad, Buzz, that you called today and you voiced your opinion. And you know what? Everybody is entitled.
They believe, and they're entitled to choose which party that they want to vote for. And I agree with you 100%. I mean, you should not be berated because you choose to vote Republican when maybe everybody else that's Black in the room choose to vote Democratic. So I appreciate you calling in. This is good discussion, and it is a conversation that absolutely needed to be had. So thank you again. And don't make this your last time, but call us again. Love to hear your comments and answer any questions that you have. Thanks again for calling in. All right, so there you have it. There you have it. Bree, talk to me. What you got to say? What you got to say?
Well, we welcome all callers for sure, but I guess I take pause when Buck said that he wants to back a Trump to make America great again. And how do you make America great again when you have insurrection? You are tearing down our democracy. You don't respect our capital. How do you make America great again when we strike down a 50-year-old constitutional law, Roe versus Wade? So many women are affected. That's not making America great again. I mean, Buck, I'm glad that life was good for you, but I think that that's part of USA's problem right now. Very selfish. Very me society, not caring about your brothers and sisters. It's all about what have you done for me lately and not taking care of our brothers and sisters. And so we can go on and on. You're right, Buck. We're not going to argue. We respect. But to get on here and say you want a president to make America great again, that's not America. You clearly said he's racist. Do we want a racist at the helm that has created a racial divide that we haven't seen in this country since the Jim Crow laws? So I could go on and on. Let's go to the next topic, Chris, or if you have something to say, but I'm ready to move on before, I call Buck back so we can continue this debate, okay?
Absolutely. But you know what? That's what makes the world go round. People have their opinions. They have the reason they believe what they believe. And, healthy discussion is always good. Well, Sabrina, talk about, you were telling us a little bit about Wendy Williams. Let's talk a little bit. Let's switch gears and talk a little bit about Wendy Williams. And many of you know that the Wendy Williams show has been canceled. She is dealing with a lot of health challenges, right now. And, our prayers and hearts go out to her. But those of you that, maybe you were a Wendy Williams fan and you never missed the show, or maybe you're like, I never watched Wendy. So it's a lot that's going on there. So Sabrina, bring us up to date. What's going on with Wendy Williams?
Yeah, well, love her or hate her, Wendy Williams had a long-standing show. She always brought the tea. She got ill. She went through a divorce. Major things have happened with Wendy. And so she has lost her TV show. And now Sherry Shepherd is going to take over that slot and move on. I think she still held the name of the show, and she just had lots of feelings for maybe 6 to 9 months. And so she just was not able to come back. But they said, don't count Wendy out. Don't count Wendy out. She has a plan B, a new plan for her career. So it's reported that she's officially off the TV circuit after 13 years on the air. They signed off on her show without her being present, which was kind of sad for the final episode, that she couldn't even come back and be given a wonderful farewell. So many have a lot to say, saying that she should have at least been given the official send-off. And Dorothy Kerr says she's never been a fan of Wendy, but they did her dirty. A lot of people have a lot to say about it for sure. But they say Wendy Williams, don't count her out. She's still going to be chatting, throwing shade, and spilling the tea. And so she's going to have a podcast, you guys. A podcast.
Oh, wow.
Yep. She's going to audio, a podcast. I don't think it's video, but her producer is talking. And this is her manager. Well, her manager, Will Selby, shared the details with TMZ, saying that Williams currently has no interest in working in the television sphere right now. But Selby, who's going to be the executive producer on the podcast, which Williams mostly hopes to use her to highlight her favorite celebs from the music industry. So it would seem that the host has already taken steps to line up some top-tier talent. So I hear she's already lined up Snoop Dogg, Fat Joe, among some of her celebs that she's lining up, and also the Kardashians and an unnamed member of the Trump family have also received invitations. Speaking of Trump, yes. So based on this lineup, it's clear that Wendy will be back spilling the tea one way or the other. So, hey, I'm glad that she might be down, but she ain't out.
Okay, look, she's going back to her roots. I believe that's how she started in radio. So it's a territory that she is very familiar with. You guys, we're going to go to break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about some more hot topics. If you have something that you want to talk about, give us a call, 313-778-7600. You're watching and listening to We Got Issues with the Force of Friendship on 9:10 a.m. The Superstation. We'll be right back. We're back. We're back. We are back, and we are talking hot topics today on We Got Issues. There's a lot of issues that are going on. So now we're gonna transition. We just finished talking about the January 6th insurrection and all that was going on with that.
Okay, but I just got one more to say. I just can't let this go. I can't let this go.
Don't let it go. Go ahead, Sabrina.
I just have to get an understanding, because do many African Americans feel that way? It's okay for Trump to be racist. I can overlook that. To me, that is
a game changer.
Yeah. And so I don't know how you can overlook overt racism and be okay with that. Maybe I just, you know what? I really want somebody to explain that to me. Maybe we'll have somebody who studies that. Maybe Buck will come back in to explain that. But
and I know he said, you know, he was a Republican, and you know the Republicans, their ideals or ideology closely mirrors what he holds dear, as far as, you know, anti-abortion, you know, all of the gay rights and all of that. So so I guess the question would be, you know, can you stomach the stench of the racism because all of the other things that you value, you know, your values are more in line with the Republican Party? And I understand that. And, you know, I'll say this, there are things about the Democratic Party that I don't agree with at all. And I think every party, if you were to ask Democrats and Republicans, there are things that they absolutely don't agree with, but they line up more so, I guess, with their values. And again, some things you agree and some things that you don't. But I don't know. I just have a hard time, you know, voting for someone who's a racist that really, you know, have done a lot of things. I mean, if you look at his background and you look at those Black young men that were accused of raping that woman in New York, and it was found out that, you know, the DNA didn't match, they were innocent, and he still wanted to have them locked up. I mean, how do you get past that? I mean, I don't know how you get past that.
Yeah. Okay, I just was curious what your thoughts were on that. Okay, we can move on. I know we got a lot on this list, and we haven't even gotten to 2 and 3. But anyway, let's go. Let's go. What's
Wait a minute. We have 2 callers on hold, so we're gonna get our callers in here.
Yeah, that's
we
great.
have Terrence. Terrence, are you on the line? I'm good, Terrence.
I'm good, Terrence. How are you? Thank you for calling. We Got Issues. What's up?
Well, first of all, you know, I'm sitting here and I'm listening to what you guys saying. And basically, I've been listening to this for quite a while. You know, it could be Trump, it could be the war in Ukraine, it could be gas prices, it could be shootings in the city. It's like, take your pick. You know, we're truly living in some treacherous times, you know.
Yeah.
And you can see each and every day there's not only a divide, but you can see how things are transitioning from bad to worse.
Yeah.
And pretty soon it's going to be a point where it's going to be a totally lawless land with no laws, and everybody is going to be running around with guns and weapons doing their own thing.
Right.
You know, but here's my point, because I know you probably got other callers, and let me get off my soapbox. Everybody has a problem. Everyone has problems.
Yeah.
Me and you can sit up here all day, all evening, and talk about the problems that we have. If a person tells you that they don't have problems, they're lying.
Right.
You know, that's just today's world we live in. I went in the store today, a dozen of eggs, $3.
Gee.
You know, how a gallon of gas, $5. You know, so how are you going to live? You know, now you got to pick and choose what you want to do, and how you want to do it, and how you want to eat. You know, and now you're sitting up here talking about a clown, talking about Trump, because he's a clown, he's a bozo. A man who literally himself got up there and try to get people to go overthrow the United States government. Now just think about how deep that is. A sitting president trying to overthrow a government. This is a third world country. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, that's the truth.
You cannot ignore that. I don't care how many good things you say. Well, we had this, we had that, and we had the third. But when you look at everything that transpired on January the 6th, I mean, come on. I mean, it's hard to get past that. And, the big lie about the election was stolen. And again, to steal an election, you would have to have so many people in cahoots. And come on, you got all the Supreme Court justices. They should have been on your side if they found something that was legitimate, right? Absolutely. So, Terrence, thank you so much for calling in and voicing your comments and your concerns. We truly appreciate it. Don't make it your last time. I think we have one more caller. Cynthia, if you're still there, make it quick because it's almost time for us to end. Cynthia, you there?
Yeah, this is Cynthia. I know you, Sabrina, from another world, but I'm calling because I think that you all should see the movie Uncle Tom on Prime. It can help you understand why some people vote some black people vote for Trump. I can totally sympathize with some of the things that you all have been saying about him and his presidency, but that would give you a glimpse of why some people support Trump despite the fact that he overtly is.
On Netflix? It's on Prime. Okay.
We'll check that out for sure. Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you, Cynthia, for calling that. Uncle Tom on Prime. So I'm absolutely going to have to check that out. Oh my goodness. I don't know how much time. I think we might have a minute left. I don't know. So much more that we didn't get to cover. We were going to talk about Roe versus Wade. That's a whole show in and of itself. And I'm going to just say this, according to the polls, the recent polls that they did, most Americans disapprove of the Supreme Court, striking down the Roe versus Wade. And they said 59%, the majority of Americans, with only 41% approving of it. And, a lot of people are just saying, they're kind of on edge, especially when you look at the LGBTQ community. Are they going to change the same-sex marriage, access to birth control, contraception, and the list goes on and on. When I tell you, it's a lot going on, a lot to talk about. You talking about this show, we got issues. There is so many issues going on around the world. And so we're glad that we were able just to talk a little bit about them, but we will absolutely be back. Thank you for joining us on today. And as always, we look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday from 6 to 7. We'll see you on tomorrow. Ciao, ciao. Peace out. Bye, Bree. Talk to you.
All right. Bye-bye. Good show. Be here tomorrow with my daughter. Be here with my daughter tomorrow.